Hi everyone, welcome to today's live, and today I'm going to be talking about my third book again. And just before I begin, in case you didn't know, my name is Latoya Likambi and I am the author of 3 books, which are Short Stories by Latoya Likambi, which is a series of moral stories which come in handy for young children, Kasey'S Diary, which was recently just published last year in April and is a second bestseller, and my newest book, An Anderson Adventure. And this book I only just published on Friday the 18th of September, and I'm here to talk about all of my books, but mostly the third one. So basically, like I said before, Short Stories is a series of moral stories which come in handy for young children, and they have like messages and key points like not to lie, not to steal, like to always be yourself, and confidence tips for young children. And one of the characters, the main characters, was Kasey. I decided to make the book all about her, my second book all about her, because in the first book, which was when she was in primary or elementary school, she was really popular and everybody admired her because of her level of confidence, and everybody loved the fact that she had high self-esteem. So I decided to make the second book about her, and in the second book she got to middle school and she developed low self-esteem, and then she started to be less confident and also started to consider other people's opinions about her, and she started to let them break her down. So then she went on and she betrayed one of her best friends in her best friend group, for this popular group at school, and they didn't accept her and they didn't like her. So she was really upset, and she knew that what she'd done was wrong, so she decided to apologize. And at first her friends didn't accept her apology, but she had a spirit of consistency and she persevered, and then she continued to say sorry until they realized that she's a true friend and they forgave her. So in Kasey'S Diary and Anderson Adventure, basically what happens in the first part of the book, a new girl comes to school, and this new girl is one of the main character's cousin, and this girl is Brittany from the last book. She was one of like Kasey's bullies. So Brittany's cousin comes to school, and Kasey thinks, and so do her friends, they think that like everything is just gonna be bad, and like they're like, we're doomed, and they just think that she's gonna be exactly like her cousin Brittany. But when Kara comes to school, she's actually different, and she has like so many differences compared to Brittany, and she's not like Brittany at all. So she makes friends with not only Kasey but Kasey's friends as well. She includes them in everything, unlike Brittany did, and she accepts them all and she helps them. And she also lets Kasey know that Brittany has insecurities and she's not as perfect as she seems. So then Kasey kind of overcomes her low self-esteem, and her confidence builds up a tiny bit, like bit by bit, and same with her friends. And then on the second part of the book is about Kasey and her family, and Kasey and her family, they take a trip to Spain. So Kasey has a little sister who's called Lily, and she like creates like all of the drama in their family is self-centered around Lily. So what happens is they go on holiday, and Kasey, as soon as they go, Kasey is feeling really negative, and she thinks that everything that could possibly happen that is bad will happen. So she thinks everything bad's gonna happen. She thinks like it's gonna be a really bad holiday, but she actually has a really good time. So there's 2 key messages in this book. The first key message for the first part is obviously to be yourself and to be unique and to be authentic. And then the second part is all about family. The second part is about like learning to appreciate your family and learning to love your family, and that is what Kasey learns as they go on holiday. And it's like the middle part of the holiday, because like at first, like I said before, she was feeling really negative, and then she started to like really appreciate the fact that her family could afford this holiday in the first place, and that they actually did have a really nice time. So I was really excited for this book to be published, and it was published just the day before my birthday. So the link to purchase the book will be down below. You can purchase it from our website and on Amazon. And if you do, please kindly leave a review and rate the book, and also leave a review on the book, like say if you like it or what you liked about it. And also please share with friends, or if you have family members who have kids who you know will be inspired by the book, then you should go ahead and share with the friends. And then also I'm going to be answering a few questions from the top of my head that I know that people have asked me and keep asking me. So the first question is, what inspired you to write these books? So what inspired me to write these books is, number one, it's like the things I see around me, like sometimes in school, like if you see someone get bullied, or you know that many young people today, like they get peer pressured. And I know like there was like a recent event just like yesterday or the day before, and one of my, she's not really a close friend, but one of my friends, she got peer pressured into doing something really bad, and she got in trouble for it. So when you're getting peer pressured, you should think about the consequences, and not just do things to fit in with your friends or so that people can admire you, but do it because you enjoy it, or because you know it was gonna benefit you as well as you enjoying it. And then the second question is, why is it relatable? I feel like it's relatable because loads of things that happen to Kasey happen to loads of children and or loads of teenagers today. And I feel like from Kasey's perspective, that's how other teenagers feel like, because like say if it was an adult writing the book, they'd obviously like really write it differently, but because Kasey, she's a teenager, and also so am I write my things differently. And then sometimes, you know, the way like I put like little funny puns, or like I will make things more dramatic than they really are. I think that's like really relatable, and then it also draws attention to the reader, so they'll want to read the book even more, and then they will go and share with friends and things like that. And then I also think some of the problems that Kasey has to overcome are the same problems that loads of other children and teenagers have to overcome. And if you read the book and you take tips from Kara, like what she gives to Kasey, and you kind of like, you study the habits that Kasey made to overcome the problems, then you'll be able to do the same. And then the third question is, what is your long-term goal? I really want to publish many more books. I really want to make Kasey's Diary a series. Well, it already is a series because this is the second one, and I already know what the third one is going to be about, and possibly I would want it to be like put into like a movie or a Netflix show. And then also I have my cosmetics brand, which is Kasey'S Cosmetics, and I do 100% natural and organic products which are vegan free and environmentally friendly. I want that to be like a really successful brand as well. And then I want my clothing brand to be really successful. I haven't started working on it, but I will probably later in the years. But for now, I'm focusing on my books and my cosmetics, and I really want them to be successful. And then I also have my YouTube channel as well. I have 2 YouTube channels. I do one by myself, and I talk about all my books, and it's just Latoya Likambi. So it's my Instagram, it's Latoya Likambi. And then I have another YouTube which I do with my siblings, and we do like really fun things. And we're going to be hosting a giveaway at 100 subscribers because we're really close to 100. So if you want to go and subscribe, the first one is Latoya Likambi, and then the second one is Sibling Squad, and there will be really good content there. So also, if you want to purchase any of the Kasey'S diaries, they're both on Amazon, and the links will be down below in the description. And also, if you're watching from YouTube, they'll also be down below in the description. And if you have any questions about the diary or about any of the books, you can leave them. Also, when you go to purchase, don't forget to rate it and leave a review. But for now, if you have any questions, feel free to ask questions. And then I think I'll read a tiny bit of Kasey'S diary as well, so that if you're interested, like you want to see the inside. So first of all, I'm going to read some of the first one, and then I'll read some of the second one, only a tiny bit. Okay, I'll start from one of the really good chapters. Okay, Chapter 2, The Kids Competitors Camp. By the time we got there, we had to fill a whole load of forms to enter. I realized that some kids did not get through, and I was really worried. And Lily, oh, she was a control freak. She totally blurted out all sorts of gibberish things at a fast pace and a high-pitched voice that I could not understand. Calm down, Lily, I interrupted. We'll be fine, I reassured her. Do you truly promise, Kasey? Of course, I said foolishly. Big mistake. I was acting like a fortune teller or something. What are we, Lily? Go on, say it. I was giving her a nudge. We're the fashion punks of America, she shouted. My face had a sudden cringe attack. No, not punks, Lily, I said in my head. When we finished the forms, we peacefully passed through the security. We then informed the security group organizer about our group numbers and names. He led us through and said our logo was neat. How sweet of him to say that. When we looked around, we saw all sorts of cool kids with their friends, and they bought all sorts of cool stuff. It didn't really surprise me though, because I bought my roller boots that could light up, and Lily bought her wheelie shoes, even though they are so 2013. Ellie and Rosie just bought a pair of heel boots each. Lewis did not come, but he did a great job making our lunches. So that is part of Chapter 2, and basically what happened was they went to attend a kids competitors fashion competition, basically, and that was one of Kasey's hobbies. And also, one of the keys in that book was to focus on your strengths instead of your weaknesses, and one of Kasey's strengths was art and designing as well as writing. So she always used to go to competitions so that she could practice, and not so that she could compete with other people, but so she could compete with herself in a way, because she never compared herself or her things to other people. So now I'm going to read a part of Anderson Adventure. Okay, so I'll read one of my favorite parts. Okay, I really like this part because I overreacted a lot. Okay. I was super glad and grateful that all the guests made it safely and bought me so many presents. OMG, the pile of gifts I received was unbelievably tall and might have even been tall enough to reach the sun. Okay, maybe I overreacted there, lol. My usually crazy family was actually a little more normal than usual, and Lily managed to stay composed. Well, she was composed until she dropped my damn cake on the floor. But guess what? I had a backup cake. Like seriously, my family would never have saved up extra money to buy me a backup cake. I was so shocked that I wondered, were my parents that thoughtful? It was as if they were actually thinking of me once before Lily for once. Anyway, for one of my last presents, I got a new phone that was actually good. OMG, my heart jumped out of my chest to the moon and back when I opened this gift. I could immediately guess who have bought me this gift. It was from Nana Gracie because she has always had a good taste and an expensive lifestyle and has such a rich mentality. She earned tons of money from her business. If she wasn't styling her hair, she'd be spending her time vintage shopping and spoiling her petty dog Diamond. Diamond is her Pomeranian dog. I don't think Diamond particularly likes me though. I am personally informing you that yes, Diamond may look cute, but she is deceptive and she has her beady little eyes scanning me all the time. That was one of my favourite parts in that book because I like the use of like vocabulary I used, and I also like the way that I make Kasey, like Kasey makes everything more dramatic than it really is, and I think I do that a lot of the time. So that's also how many other people can relate to the book as well as myself. So if you just joined now, you can go and purchase the book. It will be in the description, and don't forget to rate it and leave a review. Also share to family members, and if you really enjoyed the excerpt that I just read for you, don't forget to purchase it because then you'll be able to read more. And then if you want to, like, if you have children who enjoyed the first book, then I guarantee that they'll love the second book. So I think I should read some more? Yeah, okay, I'll read some more. Okay, so this is the second part. So as you can see, the first part is about her family that I just read, and then this is also about her family. So you get to know a lot of Kasey's family, about Kasey's family in this book. I had a great time and I really enjoyed the first day. I'm so glad there hasn't been any drama yet. Anyway, that's enough writing for today. My hands hurt. Ugh. One of my mosquito bites is bothering me. Good night, lol. Today went so quickly. We all had breakfast out on the balcony in the hot sun, and it was great. After breakfast, we tried out some new pools that we hadn't get to visit yesterday. I sunbathed with Tilly and baby Raphael most of the time instead, leaving the girls in the pool with Tilly's fiance. Later this evening, we took a family stroll along some local beach. The sun was setting, the sky was a beautiful ombre of orange and pink, and I could hear the waves crashing against the rocks, and the aroma of Mediterranean sea salt filled my nose. There were very few people there at the time, and we found a small food hut nearby that was selling cold refreshments. We went over and Dad allowed us to get something each. A few moments later, I was sitting on the warm sand with my ice blast drink. We got going after it was getting dark. I couldn't wait to go back to the villa. By now, the minivan was so cramped and humid. It had almost made me feel trapped. I sat in the middle row between Eva and Ava, who was screaming songs along with Lily behind me. Once we got back, I jumped out of that van immediately. I was so happy to be back again. I went to the kitchen and I grabbed a late night snack and headed back to my room to write in my diary before going to bed. I thought of all my friends and Blake back home. I wondered what they were doing. Were they thinking about me? Were they going out together? I wondered until I eventually nodded off. So, as you can see in that part of the book, that is still when she's on holiday, but then that's like further on. I think it's like further on into the first day, and you can see like she's feeling much more better about the holiday, and you can see like her thoughts are getting really better, and you can tell from the amount of like positive verbs and then like the descriptive language. It really shows that like she's really happy, and the way that like she describes everything, like, so it feels like the reader is really there because she describes like the smell like around her, the taste and things like that. So it really feels really realistic, and I hope that helps as well, because the way like we're in quarantine, not really quarantine, but you know, the way like loads of people haven't been able to travel. So if that helps, then that's a good thing. So also some people have just joined. I'm talking about my new book, and if you want to go and purchase it, the link is in the description down below. So now if you have any questions, you can feel free to ask me questions, and I will be answering some questions that I have here as well. Okay, so it's about, the illustrations and pictures. I drew all the illustrations and all the pictures in both my books. I'll show you some of them, because I really like art, and I have a really nice interest in art. I'll get my favorite picture up now from the first one, and then I'll get my favorite one from the next one. So this is my favorite picture from my first book, and this is Kasey's birthday party, and it shows all of her best friends, and it shows her best friends and herself in her party. And then and then this is one of my other favorite pictures. Let me get it here. In this book, I have a few in this book. This is the first one. This is of her, and this is her family. And then I'll get another one of my favorites as well. This is also one of my favorites, and that's of Kasey running to school, because she was late to school, and I feel like that's kind of relatable to me, because sometimes I have to run to school when I'm late as well. So if you have any more questions, as I look for more pictures to show, you can ask as well, because I have quite a few favourite pictures in this book. This is kind of a simple picture, but it's also, I really like this picture as well. This is of when Kasey went on holiday and she had all mosquito bites on her head. I think that picture is really funny, and that's why I like it. Even though it hasn't got much detail, it's still funny. Oh yeah, and then also, that is... Oh, wait, I just lost it. That is the new character in this book, and this is Kayra. I really like this picture. I put a lot of effort into Kayra and her character, because basically, as you can see in the book, you know Kayra as Brittany's cousin. Well, my cousin is Kayra as well, so that's where I got the idea from the character, because she really wanted to be in my book, and she really enjoyed the book, and she's she loves all the characters, and she was really happy with her character, and she loved the book as well. So I decided to make the character all about her. And then as you can see, she really likes gymnastics, and she loves swimming, and that's traits and characteristics of my real life cousin as well. And I described her like my cousin. If you read in the book, I described her with really dark pretty skin and brown curly locks, and I think that is the perfect description of my cousin. And happy birthday, Latoya, watching with Angel. Thank you so much, and I also thank you for publishing with our publishing company, because we have a lot of... Okay, for those who are watching and for those who don't already know, we have a publishing company, which is www.likambiglobalpublishing.com, and we work to publish loads of people's books, but specifically children who have had dreams of wanting to be an author, or who really want to accomplish their goals of writing a book. And we have so many people we're working with, and one of them is Angel. And Angel, we helped her publish her first book, and her book is The Babysitter, and it's a really good book. And if you want to publish your own book, or if you need help and if you need tips with publishing your book, then you should go visit www.likambiglobalpublishing.com, www.likambiglobalpublishing.com, and then it will also be in the link in my bio on Instagram, and my Instagram is just Latoya Likambi. And then also you can go and purchase this Anderson Adventure and Kasey's Diary 1 if you haven't already. And then if you go on Amazon, we also have offers on Amazon, so that's even better if you want to go and buy the books there. And also, I've just been talking about Kasey's Diary, but then also if you have young ones, then I really recommend short stories as well. I actually read some from short stories because it's been a long time that I've read anything from short stories. So I'll read, this is one of my favorite stories, and I still love it so much, and it's Lily and the Ticket. Okay, so this is, I'll only read some and then I'll leave you on a cliffhanger so that you can go and to read to find out what's in the rest of the book, then you can go and purchase your own. So once upon a time, Lily was in school listening to Miss Viva when she asked, "Who has their ticket for swimming?" "Me," everyone screeched, except for Lily and Florence. "Lily, Florence, did you bring yours?" asked Miss Viva. "Oh yes, miss," said the two. So Miss takes everyone's name in the book. Miss then told everyone to wave their tickets, and everyone did just that, except for Lily. She felt really awkward. "Lily, are you sure you bought yours?" she asked. "Yes, it's just stuck in my pocket." Lily knew that she had told a lie, and she had made it worse for herself now. So I'm going to leave it there so that you're on a cliffhanger, and if you want to find out what happens, then you should go and purchase that book. And then I like the idea of visualizing your cousin in a character. Thank you so much. Yeah, Kara really loved the character, and also for the next book, she'll be in most of the books or in most of the scenes in the book, and each time her character will get better. Like every time I want to improve on her character, I go to my cousin and I ask, how can I make her like more like you, or like what are some things that you enjoy, and I'll always include those little things in the book. And also for in an Anderson adventure, basically Kara has like a really important role, because not only is she building a really good friendship with her, but then she also teaches them how to build their confidence. And it's not like Kasey and her friends are relying on Kara 24/7. She teaches them that I'm not always going to be there for you, so you need to be independent as well as relying on me, because she lets them know like she's not always going to be there, because she's really realistic, because not everyone's going to be there for you all the time, and even if they say they are going to be, they are not. So she's like kind of teaching Kasey to be her best friend, and she's trying to like by best friend I mean being her own best friend, so that when you don't have anybody else, you have yourself. And then she also teaches her that her cousin Brittany has so many insecurities, and she's not as perfect as everyone thinks she is or everybody sees her, and she's insecure herself, which is probably why she puts Kasey down to make herself feel better, but it doesn't make her any better than Kasey. So that's basically kind of Kara's role in the book, as well as like she's really outstanding in sports and outstanding in a lot of other things. So she's kind of like how Kasey was in primary school. However, she didn't lose her self-esteem. As she grew up, she kept with it, because she already knew who she was, and she knew her worth. So she's just always been like that. So Kasey and her friends, in the end of the book, they're growing bit by bit, and I'm not saying that they're completely confident. They still will, like, sometimes if someone says something really offensive, they still will be let down and things like that. But her confidence improved much more, and it improved much more than it did in the first book. What message do you have for children who love to publish their own books but lack the confidence to do so, or don't know where to start? Okay, so if you lack the confidence to do so, first of all, you need to find it in yourself, because you're writing a book not just to entertain others, but you're writing a book because it's your passion. Because if I didn't like writing, then I wouldn't be publishing books, because I don't just write books for people's entertainment, but before I do, I write it because I enjoy writing and I want to go and inspire other people. And then if it's for people who don't know where to start, then you can go over to www.Likambi Global Publishing, and We'll help you with how to start, and we'll mentor you and coach you, and then we'll help you publish your own book. And we have loads of publishing packages for really cheap prices. Thank you. If you have any more questions or anything you want to say, then leave it down below and I'll answer them all. Wow, such a powerful response. Thank you so much. Thank you. If you have anything to say, or if you want to know anything more about the publishing company or my books, then you can leave them down below. How do you get the book? You can get the book in the description down below, and if you don't have access to that, or it's not working, because for some people it might not work, you can go over to Amazon or our publishing company and you can get it from there. But also, if you follow me on Instagram, you can also click the link in my bio and you can get it from there. Or if you know me and you have me in like your contacts or anything, I can send you the link. Do you use the same character throughout, or do you change them to suit your story? I use the same characters throughout and I keep their personalities the same, but it depends on like what situation they're in. Then they'll all react differently, or like they might go a bit out of their character, like the way that Kasey was really confident in my first ever book, but then when she wanted to fit in, her character slightly changed and she started to behave differently because she wanted to fit in more. And sometimes I do add characters to the book as well. Also, for anybody else who's just joined, the link in the description is down below. And then I think I'm going to take a few more questions. Can you put the link to Kasey's diary for those who haven't read it so they could read it before the new continuation? So proud of you. Thank you. And yes, you can get, there's two different, you can get the hard copy and then you can get the Kindle version, and you can also get the ebook. The link, all of the links are down below. So if you go in the description, they'll all be down below. And then you can purchase all of them from Amazon like that. And then also it should be in, I don't think we can like go out like that really anymore, but like it probably would be, like if we could go out, it probably would be like in local bookshops as well and things like that, or like in the Waterstones. I need signed copies of these books. Will need to buy directly from you. Is that possible? Yes, it is possible. And if you want to get a signed copy of my book, then you should go to our website and you can order from there, or you can contact my mom and then you can like give her the name and then I'll sign it and then I'll write your name and leave a message for you. Oh yeah, for everybody who's just joined, sorry, I keep forgetting to say this. If you want the signed copy, and like the way I said, you should go to the website. The website is www.likambiglobalpublishing.com. yeah, I'll say, okay, I forgot to say this as well, that also we published it the day before my birthday, so it could be like a birthday gift for me, because I really want to get it. Do you know the way the last Kasey'S diary, that was like a second bestseller? I really want this one to be a first bestseller. So if you haven't already, you should really go purchase, really leave a review, because it'll mean a lot to me. And then also, like, say if you wanted to get me a present this year or something like that, instead of doing that, I really appreciate if you bought the book and you also left a review, because that would mean a lot to me. And if it got a bestseller, that would mean even more, and I would be really, really happy. So the link is down below if you haven't purchased already. And then if you want a signed copy, that's from our website, which is www.likambiglobalpublishing.com. Also on the website, we host confidence building classes and self-esteem building classes for young children as well. And I also do some videos on my YouTube channel for that as well. But if you have any more questions, I want to take a few more, and then I'll probably end the video. My little Latoya has grown. Super proud of you. Happy birthday, Kitty. Thank you so much, Auntie. Thank you. You're such a brilliant and inspiring young teen, Latoya. Waiting for my hard copy. Thank you, and it'll also be signed. I'll sign it for Angel as well. The link for the publishing company, it's in the comment section as well. So if you can't find it in the description, it's in the comments as well. If you have any more questions, then I'll answer them all. Why buy the book for your children? Okay, so I think you should buy the book for your children, or like if you have any nieces or nephews, because I think it will be inspiring, like not only for the kids who want to write their own books, but also it will be inspiring the way, like it will be inspiring for people to see like things that they relate to, and then also to see how people overcome, because like when you see someone who's going through the same thing as you, you feel like you're not alone. But then when you see them overcome it and you watch them overcome it, then you want to do the same, and you can see how to do so. So it will be inspiring, and the person will inspire you to do the same. Happy birthday, Latoya, and congratulations on your new publication. Thank you so much. I will take a few more and then also the book is already out. It was released on the 18th of September, but you can go and order your copy, and then it should come to you. Then also you can get the e-copy, the Kindle version, and then you can also get the hard copy, and then you can also get the signed one. Just click the link to purchase, but got Amazon. There's two different links. There's one in the comment section, and then there's also one in the description. If it doesn't work, then you can go to www.likambiglobalpublishing.com. You can get your copy there. Okay, and then also I'm also starting to work on the third Kasey'S diary. I'm not sure when it will be out, and I'm not sure when I want it to be out, and I haven't even started writing it yet. I only started thinking about it, but I'm already working on that one too. But for now, go and purchase the second Kasey'S diary if you haven't already. Okay, so there's another link in the comments down below. You should use that link, and then it would work. Okay, so before this ends as well, if you have any more questions, then leave them down below. But before it ends, I want to do like a summary of all the books. So here I'll show all of them one last time. There's all of them for the last time. And basically what happens, I'll explain it all as one big story, because that's kind of what it is. So basically in the first book, like, it's all about Kasey and her friends in primary school, and she is one of the main characters, but there's loads of other characters. And Kasey has like a really outstanding confidence, and she also has like a really attention-drawing amount of self-esteem, and everybody admires her for that. So as she grows older, she gets to middle school, she develops low self-esteem, her confidence drops, and she starts to not know who she is, and she starts to let other people get to her, and she starts to let their opinions like get under her skin. So in the middle of that book, she betrays her very best friend group for this popular group in her school. So then her friends help her overcome that, and then in the third book, a new character comes, and that is Brittany's cousin, and they think that she's going to be like someone like fake and rude, just like Brittany, but she turns out to be different. So another message in the last book is also not to judge a book by its cover, because they were quite quick to judge how Kara was going to be like, and she turned out completely different. So never judge someone by their cover, or never judge something by its cover. So the second part of the last Kasey'S diary, her family goes on holiday, and the message in that is just to appreciate your family and to appreciate just everything in general, because like the fact that she was talking about like, or she was pointing out every little thing that was bad that happened at first, but then she realized like, I should be grateful that I'm even alive, or I should be grateful that I'm even here. So it's kind of like gratefulness and appreciation, and that's pretty much a summary of the whole book. So if you want to purchase the book, the link is in the comment section and the description. And then if you can't find it, or it's not working, then you can visit www.likambiglobalpublishing.com. If you have any questions, then you can leave them down below, and I'll answer them after, and I'll answer them now actually, and I can answer some later as well. I'm always answering questions. And also, if you want to ask me anything about my books on Instagram, my Instagram is Latoya Likambi, and my DMs are always open. I'll always message anyone who has any questions about my books, and I'm always putting polls and questions and things for people to interact on my stories as well. So I suggest you should go and follow my Instagram, which is Latoya Likambi. I hope you have a really good day, and thank you all for joining. I hope you enjoyed, and please don't forget to leave a review on Kasey'S Diary.